TV. As a general life philosophy.
That's exactly right. You're a fish.
Qwan, by the way, my producer, Qwan Young, doing a good job. He'll be taking the calls. How you doing today, bud?
Hey, man, how are you?
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Welcome to the show, Bets TV, bringing you Last Word Cheetah. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. I am Preston Johnson, hosting today alongside Qwan Young. He's producing over here on the side. Give him your regular twinkle wave. I like the pink shirt today, by the way. I'm digging it.
We wear pink.
Is that the new rule?
It's always been the rule.
Oh, I mean, I've worn pink before, but I didn't think it was a Wednesday thing. I blew it today, trying to support the brand.
There we go.
How you doing, though? Good Wednesday so far?
It's been a good. I was really excited yesterday. I was watching Ty's bet because I was bored. I was working on the videos and putting them up yesterday, and I wanted to see if your theory was correct. If this is a big mistake, and
So
listen, I'll let you set it up, but.
Well, Qwan, you texted me as soon as it ended. I was like, wow, the Qwan was sweating this women's freestyle. It was a 200-meter. Ty's in the lead for our leaderboard. By the way, if you're not aware, this is a call-in show, 661-515-BETS. You call in, we track your plays throughout the month, and we give you cash at the end. There's $700 in the July pool. Ty's in the lead. He calls in, he lays a minus 270 favorite, which would drop him back pretty significantly if it loses. She's losing for the majority of the race. I didn't watch it. Qwan was sweating with Ty. Ty also messaged me on Twitter immediately, like, cash it or whatever. He's like, yeah, she's a closer. Like, pretended like he knew she would close strong or something like that. It was pretty funny, but he got the W. So he's up. I'm not sure if you have an updated leaderboard tracking number.
Yeah, we do.
All right, we can toss it up there so people can get the vision. But Sarab now needs to make a move.
Man.
He was rooting for her to lose 100%. He would have been falling back to, I think it would have been around 5 units instead of now he's up near 9. So it was almost a 4-unit swing. She comes back, takes it at the buzzer. So congrats to Ty. And by the way, first-time caller yesterday, Andre, he bets the Team USA men's game against Iran over the 166.5, which I watched the majority of the game. I also thought there was a ton of interesting movement. It went down to 39.5. It went back up to like 43. But the total also moved up. Why did you give Ty 2.7 units? He risked 2.7 to win 1. Why did you add 2.7? He was laying 2.7 to win 1. Ty, you're not at 10.5.
Listen, man, I told you guys, math isn't my strong suit. Reading, sometimes. Science, sometimes. Math, never. And then what other
the whole thing was he was risking so many of his net so far of the month to win a little, and you still gave him plus 2.7. That will get adjusted. He's not that far ahead. He is ahead, but not by that much.
Okay, now I want to tell the people how I came to you trying to fix the boards this week.
No, you don't want to admit how bad that one. The first time he tried to track everyone's bet.
Horrible. This is why the leaderboard isn't right, because they keep giving me math.
We don't want to talk about it. We're going to leave it there. It got fixed until today. Apparently, he couldn't add 1 to Ty's score.
It's only
he
one?
still thinks the pluses and the minuses
they don't
are
make
dogs or favorites sometimes. You also, on your spreadsheet, had highlighted the losers in green and the winners in red. Who does that?
Listen, man, you guys got to walk with me and hold my hand until I get it.
That's what we did. So flush that leaderboard out. It's not that far off. You just subtract 1.7 from Ty's score.
There we go.
That's where he's at.
Easy money.
Man, we'll figure it out one of these days. By the way, I have an interesting confession. You ready for this? We'll open lines on the other side. We have a break in about 4 or 5 minutes. Then 661-515-BETS is the number you guys can call. Give us some winners today. But I wanted to give one more shout out before you interrupted. Andre, that total moved 166.5 to 170. Was a breeze. He took it down. As did USA cover after that line moved to 43. They won pretty easily themselves. So go America. All right, my confession. This is not related to sports. Did you know last week that the Twilight series was put on Netflix?
I'm
not sure if this was before your time.
No,
You're a little familiar. You said you're a big movie guy.
All 4 movies.
Okay. Well, have you watched? There's more. There's 4 books, but they do the last movie in 2 parts. There's 5 movies.
There's 5? No.
Yeah.
Twilight.
It's a math thing again. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is in 2 movies. So 5.
What's name the titles? It's
Twilight. Breaking Dawn is the 4th one that is in 2 parts.
What's the second one?
New Moon.
What's
an Eclipse.
Eclipse?
And then there's 2 parts for the 4th one. I shouldn't know this. This is my confession. There's 5. I promise. You know why? Because I watched them the last 5 nights. We watched one a night. After we watched the first one, my wife and I, we're already in too deep. We got to finish it off. So I read the books way back in the day. I actually have read them. But Twilight series, back at it. Watched the last 5 movies, 5 nights. It was funny to kind of laugh back at some things, actually, now that I'm older and I haven't really considered Twilight for 12 plus years. But
the fight scene in the last movie was really good. Like, I was in it.
Snow.
Yeah, when they were on the ice and they like ripped everybody. Spoiler
alert.
Yeah. Listen, man, if you haven't seen Twilight by now, you're not going to see it. Yeah. But it's on
Netflix. So
hey.
There you go. Fire it up.
Yeah.
It's only a few hours of your life. So you're right. And then it's a fake scene. Yeah. It goes back. It was good.
Twist, but like you do all
it makes sense, though.
It makes sense. But
that's the only way they could have pulled it off. Man, you remember pretty well. If you haven't, maybe you watched these on Netflix and you're just not admitting it as well the last few days. But that's my confession. Also, one other thing that's interesting. Oh, we had questions about Cody, the card guy. We're not going to Chicago. We don't have to go to National, to the card show, to get it graded. We have a connection that's going to give us a private grading appointment at the Newport Beach location. So we do not have to go all the way flying over and back. We're going to get this thing graded. We're hoping it's worth the $5 million plus number, which if it grades 8 or better will be. But we're going to get to that next week once the people that actually grade here and our connection and representative here get back because they're in Chicago themselves. So anyway, that's the setup there. Pretty cool story. Here's something else that's really creepy. Did we get a caller, by the way? Let's just make them wait till the end of the break because I want to break this down. I want to find out from you what's your thoughts on this? So I was reading a Twitter thread from this like philosopher, and he was talking about these macro kind of philosophical ideas. And one of them was about self-awareness and awareness of the things around you. And he's like, you'd be surprised how many things are right in front of your face happening all the time that you don't realize until someone brings it up and they mention like, hey, this, and then you start to see it all the time. Okay. He literally, the example he uses in his tweet is like when you look at the clock and it's 11:11. He's like, as soon as someone brings that to your attention, you start seeing 11:11 all the time. Okay. This is on Sunday. Literally Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I looked at the clock and noticed it was 11:11. All 3 days, 11:11 a.m., I happened to either look at a clock or be looking at my phone. And so I registered in my head, wow, it's 11:11. That's funny because the guy just mentioned it on Sunday. When certain things are brought to your attention, then you actually realize that you're seeing them. So I'm like, is it just like crazy variance, like randomness? I happened to look at 11:11 a.m. all 3 days since I read this tweet thread. Or is he right? And we're like seeing things all the time that we just don't realize until someone puts it in our head that we can realize it. I'm kind of creeped out. I'm not sure if you have a take. It's kind of backwards. I probably didn't even articulate that well, but I was freaking out today when the 3rd straight day I happened to glance, oh my gosh, it's 11:11 again. 3 straight days. And before that I had probably gone a few years without noticing it was 11:11. Anyway.
For the people that have followed me on Twitter or YouTube or whatever.
Can you get your Twitter account deleted or something?
It's gone. We're quantity media only. But one thing that I have said from, I guess, the last 5 years of my life that I will stick to is that awareness is trash. Because once you're made aware of something, you pay attention to it at all times. And if you're, like you said, you're trying to fix yourself or trying to get better, you gotta be cognizant of it. So your awareness rating on Madden is 0. It's 99.
You just said awareness is trash.
It's trash, like from my perspective, because, I become aware of these things, and then you pay attention to them, and you keep seeing 11-11 everywhere, so you're aware of it, and now you keep focusing on 11-11.
We have to take a break.
We do.
I know we went over a little bit. We're going to do it. We'll take calls on the other side. I'm also going to respond about a hamburger dilemma. Josh Hart, I have it out for you. Stay tuned. 661-515-BETS. Welcome back to the show. Josh Hart. Before we get to the callers, I know we have a few on hold. He tweets this 5 hours ago.
Horrible tweet.
Blasphemy.
Horrible.
White Castle is better than In-N-Out. I know everyone likes to hate on the California people. They hype up In-N-Out to no end. I am part of the problem. I understand why you hate the elitist California In-N-Out stuff, but you have to be honest with yourself. White Castle better than In-N-Out makes no sense. I don't know why you're laughing.
You're all amped up today.
I am. Look, I ate White Castle one time in my life. There's one on a Vegas strip somewhere. It literally made me sick. I've never had it again since. Like genuinely ill.
White
having
Castle,
these little slider things they do.
It's a nuke in burger form. You eat 10 White Castle at like 2 in the morning.
You can get In-N-Out at 1:29 in the morning.
Yeah, well, this is not.
I think they close at 1:30. I shouldn't know that.
This is not California people. California people don't have the luxury of getting In-N-Out at 2 in the morning.
Okay, so, you're saying elsewhere. Got it.
So I used to frequent White Castle. They have good variety, but those burgers are an atomic bomb waiting for you to happen.
So we're gonna ask the callers best fast food burger. Fast food. That means you have to be able to go through a drive-through window. We're not counting the Habit, which, by the way, Jeff, if you're listening, Santa Barbara style, it's really good. I'll give you that. We're not counting Shake Shack or Five Guys. Best fast food burger. It's not White Castle, for the love of everything. All right, who's up first? Is it Carlos? All right, we got Carlos. Carlos, for one, we have some business to discuss, but first, how are you doing? And tell us your favorite fast food burger. And please, for the love of everything, don't tell me it's White Castle.
White Castle is trash.
Thank you.
And Fat Burger is where it's at.
Okay, so can you go through a drive-through window, though, and get a Fat Burger? I don't think you can. By the way, I went to
don't
Fat
know.
Burger in Vegas pretty frequently because they have one at Red Rock Casino, and you're playing poker. You're betting in the sports book. You have to go get some lunch or dinner. It takes like 20 minutes to get a Fat Burger. Maybe it's because it was a casino version. They're so slow. Anyways, continue.
Yes. Well, I know White Castle is trash.
White trash. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
There you go. White trash.
Josh Hart, are you listening? Hey, so yesterday you bet a 3-teamer. You bet on 3 favorites on the run line, so they were all slightly plus money. The Toronto Blue Jays game got canceled. So we're going to grade it like a normal sports book would. It's no action.
Yeah.
I think they're making up the game right now, actually. Last I saw, they were up 3-1 in the 4th inning. But the other 2 won.
4-1.
So instead of getting like plus 700 range, you get plus 320. One was no action. It is what it is, but your 2-teamer hits. So you did make up about over 3 units, 3.2 units yesterday. So well done. We all said it. You were due. Everyone knew. Congratulations. Now, can you turn this into a little winning streak and try to piece something together before the end of the month to take down Ty?
Carlos, before you give your bet, remember, the next 5 months, I got a futures bet on you. You have to win a month.
I forgot about that.
I
I gave him
that.
5-1.
So let's get on the streak right here. Let's start getting it rolling.
Let's go. Okay. So I'm going to do a 3-teamer. Again.
Okay.
New York, Tampa Bay, over 8.5.
Over 8.5. All right.
Arizona. Yeah. Arizona, I think it's what, minus 102. I don't know what it is.
You want the Diamondbacks?
Yep.
I can give you plus 100.
And then I want the Phillies run line minus 1.5. Aiden Corbin.
All right, let me give you a Wheeler. It's probably going to be a small favorite. I believe minus 105 I can give you. All right.
Cool.
So those 3 parlay plus 619. Qwan's got that plus 619, so a little over 6-1. Toronto, it's unfortunate. I think I heard you say it's actually 4-1 now. That would have cashed. You would have been maybe positive for the month. If you'd cashed like 70. Qwan says maybe not.
No, let's not get carried away.
I mean, a plus 7 unit win. Carlos, at least boost your spirits. So I hope you cash this one, man. Good luck today.
Thank you, brother.
Take care.
All right.
Who was up next? Was it Andre? Andre's back, I think you said, right? Andre, welcome back to the show. Sportscheetah, how you doing?
Thanks for having me. Doing well. Listen, Team USA handled business. That was good to see. Nonetheless, they're up 39 points going into the 4th quarter. They needed a 38-point 4th quarter to get over the hump. And so my point is, I'm not sure how I want to look at it. They play the Czech Republic on Saturday at 8 o'clock. I actually got mixed up. I wasn't alone. Giannis didn't know what time the game was. I was thinking they're playing on Thursday. Come to find out they're playing at 12:40 in the morning. You think they're gonna play like sometime during the day. So there's a little bit of confusion there. But they definitely, it was a resounding response, and it looks favorable. But I'm still not confident that this is going to continue going into the Czech Republic game. So I need to see more. I'm going to be waiting to see the report, so on and forth. But I was critical of Pop and the organization, so I have to give credit where credit is due. This is the type of domination that we've seen, that we're used to with Team USA, and so I'm hopeful it's going to continue. But at this point in time, I can't put anything definitive down for Saturday's game. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, no problem. Andre, are you still on the line?
Still on the line.
All right, let me ask you this, just because I have watched a few USA games. Some of them were the exhibitions, but it did seem like last night. Now, I know it's Iran. It makes it a little bit easier, but it seemed like the ball was moving a lot more quickly, crisper, a lot of open looks from 3. And when they're going in, great. But just in general, it seemed like they had more of an offensive flow than those previous games. Do you agree? What have you seen, at least in that regard?
I agree firmly, and that was the case, frankly, against Spain. Sometimes guys were passing to a fault. You got guys like Damian Lillard that get corner, they get that 3 right at the elbow wide open, and they're making the extra pass to the corner. And so the ball movement, the continuity, if they had won that France game, I don't know if there would have been these reports about them not liking the San Antonio offense, so on and forth.
Yeah, definitely
because,
not.
They're so I think that's reassuring. And my only thing would be that sometimes these guys, they're unselfish to a fault. You don't have to, if you're Damian Lillard, if you're Devin Booker, and they're just leaving you open. The international 3-point line is closer than the NBA 3-point line, so it's almost comparable to the college 3-point line. So if you're open and you're one of these snipers, then I think guys maybe should just be a little bit more aggressive and not defer as much, unless of course Kevin Durant's the clear leader. I mean, he can shoot 20 shots and nobody's going to say a word edgewise. But I think these other guys need to. If they're playing these zone coverages or these soft coverages, then, Devin Booker, we saw what you did in the finals. Just go out there and execute. And if you can't, then just be willing to take, the criticism. I mean, I don't know what the issue is. Guys seem to be a little bit either too unselfish or somewhat hesitant. You got to get that. Again, I'll conclude with this. Michael Jordan, he stepped on the court, there was no two ways about it. He was going to dominate. And so I think maybe guys can get that eye of the tiger a little bit more. And, if they're open, you're a shooter, knock it down.
Right on. We appreciate Andre. He's right about just them coming out and just taking the open looks as opposed to, the overpassing. Dame Lillard especially was not shy out of the get-go. Even, he made a few in a row to start. Then he missed 2 or 3 in a row, but he still shot a couple more, and then he got back into a groove. So it's pleasant to see, by the way, early line before we get to your call tone. USA laying 23 to Czech Republic. The total now 183.5, quite a bit higher. Part of it has to do with that they're playing the Czech Republic instead of Iran, but a lot more points than it was at 166.5 yesterday. Tone, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
What's up, PJ? Qwan, great math again, buddy. Preston, how about you build him just get him a little Excel spreadsheet and have him go to work on that? Because
well, we did, and he's highlighting the wrong things, different color. It's a mess, man. You
listen, man.
We should screenshot it and make an NFT and mint it.
Listen, Tone, give Preston your damn bet. You need to get a win. We're not talking about how bad my math is.
He's trying to avoid
all
the
right,
subject.
Go back, track all my picks, not parlay, like all of them. I guarantee it's positive. That's a guarantee.
What you guarantee? What's positive? Your attitude?
If he didn't parlay everything and he just went straight bets on all of them, he says he would be positive. Theoretically, we could go and look.
I mean,
a lot of extra
there's a really bad joke that I can make here. If my aunt was my uncle, or you know how it goes. But can we get one pick? I need you to do something for the month of August. I'm gonna miss a bunch of free throws so I could give you some money, but you have to win the bets.
All right, today's the day, but we have to address all fast food burgers are dog weight. I was about to curse. I'm a good man. I'm not cursing.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're all terrible. Like, I would offer up like Five Guys, but In-N-Out is trash, and so is White Castle. But White Castle is cream of the crap. Like, we're talking like, I'd literally probably rather eat.
So you'd rather have White Castle than In-N-Out?
No, dude.
No.
Okay.
In-N-Out's not good.
Did we lose you?
No,
You
he's
think
just
In-N-Out's good?
definitive.
Of course. It's the best fast food, hamburger, cheeseburger, whatever that exists. You know, if you think they all suck, that's fine. That's fair.
I mean, you're better than that. And how high were you when you were doing all this 11-11 stuff? You and Phil, huh?
Dude, that's why I'm kind of creeped out. I was reading in this thread on Sunday. He mentions how you're not aware of the things around you until it's brought to your attention, like seeing 11:11 on the clock. And literally every day since, Monday through Wednesday, I've looked at a clock or at my phone today. But like, I never really look at the clock time. Like but when it's 11:11, it's just like staring me in the face. I've never been high, Tone, whether you want to believe that or not. I haven't.
Make a wish.
I don't know how it's happening, but it just every day now, 11:11.
No, you're supposed to make a wish at 11:11.
Oh, well, I'm 0 for 3 on wishes. My wish, I'll make one now. Tone, give us a W. What do you got today?
All right, I got a W, but first we have to address, like, how did it go from Coach K's the Lord and Savior 70-0 pop stinks? We need to relook at the whole USA organization to, like, great job organization against one win against Iran.
Winning.
I mean, come on.
It's always about winning.
When you win by 50-something, you know, here's the thing. the problem was, and you're right, his point is right, you shouldn't be overreacting to one game, especially against Iran. The problem was, and the reason I brought it up yesterday is because they shouldn't have been overreacting to one loss to France and the players saying, oh, the offense stinks, it's all Popovich's fault. Like that, and you were right. You said, like, why doesn't KD or someone else just take the blame and play better? And that's kind of where I was coming from too. So they've overreacted both directions now, where I think we're balanced. But I am curious to see what happens Saturday now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just on the guys. And Draymond Green he ain't it.
Did you watch that game at all?
Yeah.
His first play of the game. Now they're crushing anyway at this point. He enters. He cuts to the basket as someone's going baseline, and they dish it to him coming down. He has a dunk all alone, and he remembers that in the play-in game, he had a chance to make the playoffs with the Warriors. He had the game-winning floater he airballed from 6 feet away. He has a chance to dunk it. He turns around backwards and throws it out 30 feet away. And Lillard's like, what in the world? And then he swings it a few times. Durant ends up actually making a three and saving it. But, yeah, Draymond Green is just completely checked out. I'm not sure if it's like a mental thing, but he just wouldn't shoot all year. And then he has a chance to win the playoff play-in game for the Warriors. He airballs it. They lose an OT. Now he can't even take dunks against Iran when there's no one in front of him. So we've addressed everything, Tone. We're going to have to hit a break in a minute now. So you need to give us your play for today. Yeah. Lock it in.
We're going with the big dog parlay, all right?
Shocker.
Okay. I need the Padres live money line. I need the Nationals.
They are down 0-1
line.
Already. I don't know what the live price is.
Yeah, I know. Nationals money line.
I can give you that one. Okay. Plus 195.
Braves money line.
Okay.
Reds money line.
Okay.
Dodgers money line.
Dodgers small fave minus 120, and Reds I can give you minus 107. Okay. Hold on. I need to look up before we take this break and I lock you in for a price. I need to look up a price on this live number for the Padres you wanted. It's locked. They're down 1-0 in the first inning. I'm going to have to pull up a few. Hold on. We're going to get this. We can't just give you a 4-teamer. You need all 5.
Yeah, we need.
It's top of the first still. That's why it's locked. I'm just not going to be able to get a line until the break, but I'll configure it and I'll quote a price after our break. Okay, does that work?
Yeah, that works. Just
okay, it's going to be like 40-something to 1 probably in that range.
Yeah, just an absolute winner. Qwan,
yeah, it should be easy for you.
Go to the local tug.
Hey,
all right,
you take it easy. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll enjoy ours. We're going to continue. 661-515-BETS. After the break, we can take more of your calls, give us more W's. We'll also talk more ACC. I have 4 teams I want to hit on. And anything else Quan's feeling like talking about. I'm not sure if you have anything on your mind, but I got 11-11 on my mind still. We have a commercial break with the Game Plus Network, but I needed to come in here. It didn't take more than 7 seconds for the A's to go up 3-0. And for Tone's live bet on the Padres, 4-0. It's home run derby time in San Diego. It's 4-0 in less than a minute. I was trying to find a price. Padres are going to be like 5-1 live now after this. I can't believe it. Tone, I don't know if I have to just, I guess, give you whatever the price is here before the bottom of the first. But now your parlay is going to be paying over 100-1, something in that range. We'll configure it. We'll be back. Welcome back to Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bet Stevie. During the break, we had our first live in-game wager. Tone wanted to go 5-team moneyline parlay. He wanted to go Padres live price. They were down 1-0, but it was still the top of the first inning. The live in-game numbers were locked. Within a minute.
Not even a minute.
It was 3-0, then it was 4-0. Like, you can't be worse than that. His price now, I'm going to give him on the Padres. His parlay pays 102-1. And within 7 seconds, he went from down 1-0 to 3-0. Now it's 4-0. They're going into the bottom of the first. Mercy. Just haven't seen that before. But only him. He tries to claim that he'd be plus if we win every game individually.
For major
I guarantee it, he says. All right. We got Sarab up first. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, Sarab, welcome to Last Word Cheetah. Congratulations on your little run to second place. You were sweating. I'm not sure if you know, but Ty had a big bet on this swimmer yesterday. Wins late in the 200-meter. You're still within range. You're just over 2 units behind. Do you have a play for us today that you like?
Yes, I'm going to try to chip away here.
Okay.
I want to go the Dodgers first 5 on the run line.
Okay, Dodgers first 5 run line. I can give you plus 110. Does that seem? Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Tell us why.
I just like Bueller, man. I think Bueller is a little better than Descafalani. I watched that game last night.
Did you see the Cody Bellinger throw then?
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, I'm a Dodgers fan, right? Look, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Bottom of the 8th, division rival. You're back a few games. He's throwing 1-1 games with players on third, balls into the stands. Maybe that's why I'm heated today. It stems from that, honestly, and watching too much Twilight.
Like, you're not even red. You're just angry. I've normally just seen you red.
Bellinger's been so bad just in general since his MVP season. He's hitting like sub 200 now over the course of the last 2 seasons, and then he's throwing games away on just simple, elementary, little league throws from first base to third base.
It was a bad decision.
Into the second deck, I think. I think he actually went second deck.
I don't know if he should have even thrown the third. I think he
Yeah.
could have got that second because they were
Yeah.
saying, Posey was going to take off anyway, so just stupid all around.
Real quick,
but yeah,
before we let you go, we need your opinion on fast food, best burger. Do you have an option or an opinion there?
I rotate, man. I like fast food a lot, but I'm faithful to McDonald's actually, man. I like that Travis Scott burger.
Okay, that's kind of contrarian in my head for some reason. No one says McDonald's.
No,
I don't mind it.
No,
it's fine. I mean, I don't eat McDonald's, but I respect it. It's all good. Hey, we appreciate the call, Sarah. Talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks.
that was interesting. McDonald's.
They usually don't. They always come up in the French fry conversation, but never the hamburger.
No.
Do you have a favorite hamburger? I haven't actually asked you as you've been sitting here this entire time.
My favorite hamburger?
Drive-through fast food, just like In-N-Out, because that's the comp.
I'm partial to In-N-Out because I'm out here, but as a youth, Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
Dollar menu?
Dollar menu.
Or
Back when it
value
was
menu.
an actual dollar, $1.06 in around 2004. It was $1.06. Now it's like $4.
No way.
It's like $3.89 or
For the same burger?
for a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Inflation is crazy.
I call. No way that's right.
It's
The value menu Junior Bacon
Junior
cheeseburger.
Bacon Cheeseburger.
By the
is
way,
like
I
$3.
shouldn't be betting against you because you go and eat Wendy's breakfast every single day now. And I should have known that you liked Wednesdays.
It's like $3 for one Junior Bacon Cheeseburger now.
I think I said Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start a restaurant now called Wednesdays. I'm checking out the menu.
We got a caller, Brian from New York.
All right, Brian, let's welcome him now. I'm going to check out the pricing on this Wendy's menu in the meantime. But welcome to the show. How are you doing today? Good Wednesday? Brian, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, I'm here, Preston.
We got you, man. What do you have for us today?
I'm going to do a parlay with some Olympic tennis. I'm going to take Kei Nishikori. He's plus 997 versus Novak Djokovic tonight.
Okay.
And parlay that with the Dodgers money line.
Okay, hold on. Let me find the best Dodgers price I can give you. -1. It moved to -121. All right. Someone else got -120 earlier. I'm going to give you the -121. Is plus
Okay.
997? Like, where are you looking at that?
That's Pinnacle.
Okay, hold on a second. That's probably going to be your best price for an underdog anyway. All right, I'm not going to bother looking elsewhere. That will be up there for you. 19-1, plus 1904.
Awesome.
Is there a reason you actually think Djokovic might lose, or are you just trying to take a shot here for the $700 for the month?
I think there's a chance, but mostly just taking a shot for the big payout.
Okay. Is there something historically? Is Djokovic's form not quite right? I don't follow tennis. I'm just curious.
Nishikori is Japanese, so I just feel like a little home court advantage, I guess, if there's any.
Okay.
I think, and he's kind of played him well in the past.
All right. I'll root for it. I'm down with this. And I need the Dodgers to win a dang game against the Giants. We appreciate the call. Oh, wait, real quick. Favorite fast food burger?
Definitely not In-N-Out. I think I would say if Five Guys was an option, I'd take that. If not, I'd take Dave's Double from Wendy's.
Oh, my gosh. We have 2 Wendy's homers over here. That's what Qwan liked, Wendy's as well. Hey, we appreciate the honest opinion. Take it easy, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Wendy's makes some good burgers, man. Like I would do like a triple when I got crazy.
Okay, you owe me whatever our bet was. 106 to 389 in 16 years. There's just no way. Junior bacon cheeseburger for Wendy's is $1.99.
That's a lie. I don't
It's
know
not.
where you listen. I will go.
Do you go to the Newport Beach Wendy's where they up stuff?
It's some upscale Wendy's in here because I haven't paid $1.99
Maybe.
for
Take a picture tomorrow morning when you go get breakfast.
I'll go after immediate. It's not if it's $1.99, something going on.
It is.
I'm getting scammed.
It says $1.99 here on the menu. There's just no way the value menu junior bacon cheeseburger is $4.
Man, it's closer to $3 than it is $1.
You can get a few items still for 99 cents, by the way.
Now I know you're making things up. There's nothing on the dollar.
Junior cheeseburger, crispy chicken sandwich, 4-piece nuggets, spicy or regular. Their natural value cut fries, small.
Where's
value
the
soft drink?
I don't believe that.
This is Wendy's fast food menu prices nationally.
Oh, then they're lying. They're lying to the Wendy's. Dave Thomas, your people. I know you can't hear this right now, but the people that you put in charge are down here lying to us because there is no junior bacon cheeseburger for $1.99 anywhere. Not even in like a war-torn country.
Do we have someone waiting on the line?
We don't.
No? Okay. Where's the nearest Wendy's?
It's about half a mile away. May go right and then
Okay.
left.
If anybody in Irvine in the next 22 minutes can go take a picture and prove it by putting your middle finger in front of it, so I know that it's not an old picture from Google, and take a video, whatever it is, send it to me in a DM. You have 22 minutes. I'll give you $1,000. Go get a picture of this Wendy's menu. I'll Venmo or PayPal you $1,000. You have 21 minutes to get it in. Actually, a little bit less because we actually cut a little before for a break. So you have about 18 minutes. I'll give you $1,000. Take a picture of the Wendy's menu, junior bacon cheeseburger. There's no way it's over $4.
It's not over $4.
You said $3.89 plus
said
tax.
It's closer to $3 than it is to $1. Listen,
$3.89.
You have to take what I say and average it.
Yeah, 15 and a half hot dogs, no
Average,
problem.
yeah.
He says he can
it
do
out.
at least 15 in 5 minutes, and he did 6.
You got to average it out. You keep going for my
You said
first,
$3.89.
my first reaction. That's a hyperbole. I speak in hyperbole. Everything is an exaggeration for me.
You said you couldn't believe it used to be 106, and now with inflation, it's like $3.89 plus tax. It's over $4. It's $1.99.
Cody Bellinger has you all hopped up on Mountain Dew, and I don't like.
No, it's Josh Hart actually. Like, look, former Laker. I have a I Heart Josh shirt. I think I've worn it once on the show. Actually, I lost a lot of respect for that man. He's in the NFT space. He's doing good things. I bought 20 of his middle finger NFTs. That's a real thing. I sold 10 though when they tripled in value, but I own 10 still. I'm considering dumping. He likes White Castle more than In-N-Out. I can't believe it. He has me hyped up. Oh, look, there's another menu. Real Wendy's menu prices. Apparently, people are saying that it might be a little bit fake on some of the other locations or on their website. That's a thing I Googled around because you were like, wow, this can't be real. The real Junior Bacon Cheeseburger price. This is the non-fake ones on the Wendy's site. $1.99.
Lie.
Yeah.
Listen, hold on. Somebody who's out there, I know Wendy's drive.
If Ty Was really is already at a... No, I told you to go to the drive-thru to the actual Wendy's and take a picture. You can't take a picture of their online menu. That's what I just was looking at.
It was $1.99.
Well, I actually don't know what he wrote. I haven't looked. Junior Bacon
$1,000 out there.
Ooh, it says $289 on this one, but it's still the internet.
I told you, man.
Go and take a picture of the actual thing.
It's not $1. That's the only. That's my only thing.
It says prices as of $4.41 today at the Irvine Wendy's. Look, if someone can go and take a picture in the drive-thru, Junior Bacon Cheeseburger with the price, and it's really $389, I'm giving you $1,000. Nice try, though, Ty. You're in the lead. Quan's already giving you extra 2.7 units on the leaderboard as is. You don't need an extra $1,000.
He needs the money. He's got stuff he wants to do. I think we should hit some ACC Futures.
We do have ACC. We've gone through the first 6 teams in my previews the first 2 days. We have the next 4. Let's see if I can do this in my head.
Hold on.
Probably
I got something for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Hold on. I missed it.
You a big marching band guy? I'm not sure what was going on right now.
College football, marching bands.
Okay, I just didn't know this was coming. Yeah. I hadn't heard about it. We hadn't done it on. This is our 4th conference, 4th week doing previews. You're like, hold on, I got some music.
I got something.
And someone hit a snare drum for 6 seconds.
Yeah, that was the intro. Sometimes it comes in waves. Sometimes it just happens overnight, organically.
By the way, my wife played snare drum in high school in the marching band. I'm not sure if she's a nerd or not.
Was she first chair?
I don't. So she grew up in Texas, which, you know, everything's bigger in Texas. Football's massive. High school football, they have like college-sized stadiums. She went to South Lake Carroll. For those that are familiar with it, they are powerhouse. So I think they had like 20 snare drum players, to be completely honest. It was just a massive percussion section, whatever you would call it. They were just huge, but I'm not sure if they were chairs or not. Probably wasn't first. But she ripped. The Drumline movie. You seen Drumline?
Listen,
it's pretty sweet.
I've seen Drumline. I used to know.
I told you he had his secret thing with the marching band stuff over here. He's playing 6-second clips of some snare drum.
I'm not music.
Have I seen Drumline?
Nick Cannon was the man in high school. He got Drumline and Love Don't Cost a Thing. That was his era. And Gigolo. Great entertainer.
Look, the one thing, my best skill for a lot of my life was playing the drums. And I haven't played in years now. It's probably been 6 or 7 years since I've really sat and played a drum set. But I used to be really good at playing the drums. Like, that was my thing. I don't think I'm very good anymore. I haven't tried. But
pretty decent on the piano.
I like Drumline because, you know, it's cool. It's the drums. I never did marching band because I pretended like I was too cool. I like sports. Can't be the marching band kid. But I respect it. And I watched the movie and I was like, dang, these guys can rip. And then I've actually watched some of those Southern, like, is it like D2 FCS colleges that are just ridiculously good. Like, look it up on YouTube. They're insane. So I appreciate what those guys do.
Halftime is game time.
Next level. Yeah, halftime is game time. Insane. Look, we got to talk ACC. I know we got a little bit sidetracked again, but there's a lot going on. Throw up the prices for, I think first up is Pittsburgh. Is that who we had? Excuse me. I'm getting ready because we're going to go 4 teams today, 4 teams tomorrow. That'll wrap up the ACC, and then Friday, hopefully we can do a recap with Ray. By the way, Ray G, he's going to be doing his new show. Maybe we'll throw a promo at the end of our show and let people know where they can hear him and at what time. It's in the morning because the show's called Wake Up with Ray G, so I'm assuming it's an early show.
It's a good assumption.
One thing I want to recap from yesterday, I'm getting serious now. Between teams 35 and like 55 in my ratings, there are 8 ACC teams. So NC State was yesterday kind of slightly ahead of the next 7, but they're all really close. Virginia Tech, Wake, Pitt, Boston College. You could make an argument that any of these teams are better than others. Anyone you talk to might have a few ahead or behind of others. Pitt, just from a prior standpoint, they come in as my next best team. BC's like 1 spot behind them. You want to argue BC ahead, like by all means, go for it. I think there is a slight drop off to Florida State. We'll get to that in a second, but what I really want to bring to everybody's attention, quarterback Kenny Pickett for Pittsburgh. He's been there, I believe, since I graduated high school. Their offense has not been a top 10, their passing offense, top 10 passing offense. In any of the 4 years Pickett has been there, this will be his 4th year as a starter, his 5th year actually playing. In the ACC, I'm not talking college football. You look at the passing offenses in the actual conference, right? They haven't been top 10. How do they keep winning, all things considered? 7 to 9 games a year is like usually their range. Narduzzi's done a fantastic job. Defensively, they're elite. They should be in that range again, like a top 15 defense. They were 16th against the run in EPA last year, 21st, I believe, in pass. I don't have that one in front of me, but they were like top 25 on both sides. Offensively, below average in the country, running and passing. If Narduzzi and Pickett can somehow figure it out, the problem is that when you say, man, if they can figure it out, it's just they haven't. Like their offense just is always suboptimal. So for me, I think their overall market perception, their rating, their 7 wins, I think I have as a little low. I'm closer to 7.5, but I have seen in the market 7.5. So the 7 overs are juiced. The 7.5s, maybe the under slightly juiced. It's pretty much close to market when you're accounting for that. So it's a pass on Pitt for me. Nothing worth betting. But I wanted to just kind of mention that there's this sentiment from what I've heard to this point of Pickett year 5 under center, 4th year as a starter. The offense is finally going to be doing some things. I mean, maybe, but they just have never done it yet. Like he drops back and just isn't as accurate as other guys. And I think his PFF grade was like sub 70. His big time throw rate's 2.8%. That was below average in the country. He doesn't turn it over a ton. That's why they can kind of win games with the run game, lack of turnovers defensively. But it's just not a team that I think has a very high ceiling. Boston College, on the other hand, who has been getting hyped, also has win totals in the 7 to 7.5 range. They're like the reverse. I'm not sure if you were able to watch Boston College football at all last year. It was a weird COVID season. Hafley, is his name Jeff Hafley? Let me double check. Yeah, Jeff Hafley takes over. He was a defensive coordinator at Ohio State. His first year, really this weird like year 0 COVID. He takes over, and they have this guy. You didn't get to watch Phil Jurkovich play at all? Like he's like one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the country, and Boston College hasn't had a quarterback that's been good for years.
Yeah.
And so if he's able to, he can make plays with his with his legs via the run. He can evade pocket pressure and make plays that way through the air. He just buys time. He's fairly accurate. He's pretty big. If I recall, he's like 6'4", 6'5", 230. Like he's the NFL prototypical, but he has a little bit of mobility. He grades out, big time throw rate. He was top 20 in the country. They're taking shots. It's just stuff Boston College hasn't done before. They bring back their entire offensive line, and I believe 2 or 3 of his top receivers from last year as well. So they bring back a ton. So everyone's hyping up Boston College. Another team that you'll see their win total 7 to 7.5, depending on the shop, juiced a little bit differently. It's like a 7.25. I can see the upside and ceiling, but I also see with the defense, which really struggled, that it just kind of keeps them in that range of a 7-win team. So it's not worth betting on average the win total. But Hafley, defensive coordinator, Ohio State, did really well there. He had better talent, of course. They were also playing better teams more frequently. If now not having the COVID year, they're able to kind of maneuver into a defense that's above average, and their offense is just similar to what it was a year ago. And I think, honestly, that Jurkovich can make a leap. Then we're talking like, okay, maybe there's a team in the Coastal. We talked about it's going to be Miami or it's going to be UNC, right? If there's a team that I think has a similar ceiling potentially, it's Boston College. I wouldn't bet 10 to 1 Pitt. 18-1 though, nearly twice as good of a price. You can probably find 20-1s if you shop around. I know Qwan kind of just looks at one general book and puts them up here for our graphic. I saw some 20-1s. That's something that maybe is worth the flyer. So it's kind of like you're looking at a distribution of results for this team. I think on average 7 to 7.5 wins is good. I think that's fairly priced. But I do think that they can win this division often enough that a 20-1 is going to be profitable long term. So it would be a smaller play. You're taking a shot. But I think Boston College has that upside of potentially, being a team that gets like to that 10-win mark way more often than you would think. All right, we got a 5-minute warning. Let me just double check before I go to Florida State and Virginia to close this off that no one's DM'd me a shot of them at the Wendy's drive-through, middle finger. Nope, nothing. Okay. Florida State, Mike Norvell, similar thing. His year 0, COVID taking over, coming over from Memphis where he did a fantastic job. It was ugly, man. There was one bright spot, and it was they graded, I think, 4th in EPA per rush offensively, which actually makes sense. I'm not sure if you've noticed this. Have you watched Memphis games? I used to think, oh, well, man, it's probably just the defenses they're playing. Memphis, Norvell, and then last year, Florida State, they were awful, horrendous through the air and on defense. But 4th in rushing the football. He created, and I just remember the Memphis games, and he's had a few running backs go to the NFL. They create these like outside zone read plays that are just explosive as hell. Like somehow Memphis would just break these 50 to 70-yard runs all the time. Florida State, overall, same thing last year. So if they can get some sort of quarterback play from Mackenzie Milton, who severe injury a few years ago, he's been taking a few years off. He's taking over most likely, I think, under center. If he can just be somewhat what he was at UCF, combined with this run game, combined with just the fact that their defense can't be worse. I know they lost some NFL talent. It was just a weird year 0. I do like the 5.5 a little bit. I think Florida State on average is more like a 6-win team. I think the 5.5s are a little bit low. It's nothing I'm going crazy on, but I do like Florida State Seminoles as a whole, a little bullish on Norvell, the run game, the defense just at least improving to some degree, and the upside of Milton just through the air. Last one, did we have a graphic for Virginia? Were you able to finish that up? Right on. Good work. 6.5, that's too high. Look, I know Florida State, I have them rated slightly ahead of Virginia. Their win total is only 5.5. Virginia's a 6.5. Now, that doesn't always play out directly because Florida State plays Florida at the end of the year as part of their rivalry game, but both teams play Notre Dame. So even though it's technically not a conference game, Notre Dame's the independent. They both get them. This is one where Virginia, with Brennan Armstrong, his first year taking over for Perkins, I think people expected the offense to be worse, including me. It was better. So you have to give them credit for that. But they just don't have a ton of talent surrounding them. Defensively, they are expected to drop off as well. And this is almost just like a share. And everyone knows, look, BYU, we got the helmet right here. I'm a Bronco Mendenhall fan. I love his scheme. He's able to confuse young quarterbacks with his 3-3-5 type stuff that he still implements there. But I just don't see this team getting to 7 wins. My numbers have them like we're talking like 5.4 is my projection. What? Yeah, you're good. Sorry. Quan's making signs at me that I don't know what they mean because we've never discussed what the signs are. But Virginia 6.5, minus 130 range under. It is a little juiced. Even the 6s are like plus money. I think both are good bets. I just got to go against it. Trust my projections, my numbers. They have to play BYU as well as Notre Dame. And even Illinois out of conference of the Big Ten in week 2 is not necessarily a for sure W. So too tough of a schedule. It grades out as top 30 schedule. And I know they miss Clemson as far as things go. That's not going to ultimately matter. I don't think Virginia can get to 7 wins. So I like the under there. I think the Boston College shot at 20-1 to win the Coastal, 18-1 to win the Coastal. Anything in that price range is good. And yeah, that's it for today. Those are the 2 we had. Do we have a caller or are you just talking to our guy? All right. All is well. I think that wraps it up. So far we have a total of, I think, 6 plays in the ACC, which is pretty good. It's more volume than I anticipated when I started breaking things down, comparing all of my numbers to the market. We have one more day tomorrow, and then we'll catch up with Ray. But I think we should have, it's at least 5, but I believe it's 6 total plays after tomorrow that we'll be firing on or that we have bet, and we'll see what Ray thinks about those. He'll tell me where I'm wrong. Last week he was nice and told me that he agreed with most everything that I had liked and I bet. And then he usually gives us a few other pointers here and there. But that's it. Let me just double check. I know we got 2 more minutes before we close this up. Speaking of Ray, yeah, no DM. It's probably not going to happen then in the next 2 minutes of someone with a Wendy's picture. Let's give Ray some love now if you have the chance, Ray. He has his new show, Wake Up with Ray G. We got a little promo for him. It's going to be here under the umbrella Bets TV. Me and him are also going to be doing our college football show once a week, which will start, the week before games, mid-August sometime. But Qwan, if you're ready, let's roll his promo and give him some love. All right, we're good. I dig the jam. Looks good. They chose, I don't know, top 3 all-time noise in the history of the world.
I hate that.
To start the video with the wake-up iPhone alarm
Worst
sound.
ever. That's an automatic, let's fight.
Yes. It's like, I'm thinking, all-time worst sounds, it's top 3. I'm not a morning person at all.
What's the other?
To start the video with that, I mean, if we weren't, colleagues, friends.
What's the other 2 worst sounds?
It might be number 1. I'm not sure. I mean,
top 3 and it's not.
I've had 2 children, so a screaming baby is not very fun, especially when it's just
you can tune those out though.
Yeah, it's hard to tune out that noise. The first time when you played that for me before we went live, jolted me. I was like, "No,
wake
it was
up!"
Loud. It was in my ear. I was like, "No, why? Has this all been a dream?" 11:11. There's something going on.
I'm really upset that nobody ran to Wendy's for the opportunity to get $1,000. I would have sprinted.
It's hard if you're listening to get in your car, be within a Wendy's in 15, 16 minutes. You don't. That's the thing. I wanted a picture of the live shot of the Wendy's menu, not the internet. All the internet prices said $1.99. Now, Ty did see that the local Southern California one. A little more pricey.
I'm gonna go. Well, listen, we gotta go talk to Dave Tomlin. We're gonna have to. Dig him up.
Dave? You guys friendly? You give him enough business.
I mean, I knew him when he was here on Earth. We lived together, played ball in Tuskegee, something like that. We went to HBCU together.
I do not know what you're even talking about anymore. But you're not. Look, he can't be that young.
$1.99 is a lie, and I want to know who put that on the website. And that's the
multiple
only
websites.
Issue.
Look, I told you, I looked it up. I said, "Is the Wendy's menu online real?" And there was a site that said, "These are the real Wendy's prices." I clicked that, and it was still $1.99. So,
see, awareness is trash, man, because they're telling me that I can have a lovely junior bacon cheeseburger, delicious. It's a quarter pound of beef, lettuce, bacon. And just it makes me feel good. I could have that for $1.99, but it's nowhere to be found. And the awareness comes from the fact that I know that Wendy's could make this happen, but they're lying to me.
Look, I'm sure that it is $1.99 most places.
Nowhere.
When you're going to Newport Beach,
not
Wendy's,
on this planet.
It's not $1.99. That's probably true.
You can't get anything for $2. Back in my day, you could get 8 bags of chips for $2. Now you can't get nothing.
Look, they talk about the cost of living down here, and it's not always the house. I think gas is $4.29 range for a gallon of gas. It's rough. Grocery stores are always a little bit more, and then when you eat vegan for a month, you're just like, holy cow! $8 or $9 for a little thing of meat. It's rough, but the weather's good.
That's it. That's a good trade-off.
And
I won't get.
And you get to eat it In-N-Out instead of White Castle.
Yeah, I've been in In-N-Out. I don't even think there are other fast food places that exist to me anymore. I haven't gone to McDonald's. I went to Wendy's once or twice since I've been out here.
You literally go every day for breakfast. What are you talking about? You talking about for burgers?
For food.
If you throw out the drive-through component, Santa Barbara style at the Habit is really strong. Have you been to the Habit? Go to the Habit, get Santa Barbara style tonight for dinner. I'll Venmo, I'll pay, I'll buy it. Go there for dinner. And then the Shake Shack, Smoke Shack, I think they call it, with the cherry peppers that they chop up and put on it. That's the next best. I think those are my two favorite burgers if we're talking real, not drive-through. But yeah, go to the Habit tonight. You definitely have one. There's probably one near us, actually. Right? Maybe we should just go after the show. We have a call, I think, at 2:30 with some people. After that, I know we're running a little long. We cut off with the Game Plus Network, but we're just running this feed because we're rapping about fast food pricing. I wanted to give someone a chance to get $1,000 with a picture, but it's just hit 2:00. So
you should probably end it before you
cut
get one of those.
No, I said I wanted to go till 2 instead of the 1:57 where we usually break and go to commercial on the network. But for this feed, I gave him the full allotted. Was it 21 minutes or 19 minutes, whatever it was? Yeah, it was worth a shot. Look, tomorrow we'll have some answers for you. I think Juan's going to go to the Habit and Wendy's tonight. I think both are on his docket. We'll talk more ACC. We have 4 more teams. I believe we have 4 more. Wait a second.
It's Thursday.
Okay. Yeah. And then
There-
I don't know, I'm confusing myself now
I just
because
did some math.
you're always like giving me an eye.
I told you, man, math is difficult. If you
You also need to adjust that leaderboard, by the way. Subtract
it's
1.7 from
1.74
10.
units, right? Now. Because it's 2. Listen, I need the help, man. You're supposed to teach me these things.
I don't know how else to tell it.
It's 2. It's
He
negative.
risked 2.7 to win 1. So
Okay.
you just add 1 to the old number. Since you added 2.7, you could also
Just take
just
away
subtract 1.7.
There we go. That's
There's
what
no 1.74 added.
I didn't know what the total was. Is 1.7 would be the new units.
No. Just add 1 to his old score.
Yeah. You add 1 to the negative 270, which would be negative 170, which is 170. No? Listen, man. Hey, last word, Cheetah. DeQuan Young, we don't do math here.
Owen, I'm like talking to you like you're my 4-year-old.
Please.
Quan. Seriously, that didn't mean to do that on purpose. That was not meant to be a joke. I'm trying to go so elementary that I'm subconsciously said Owen, my 4-year-old.
I'm gonna
Quan,
say 2 words
Quan,
before you do.
No. I'm cutting you off. You're never minus 270 unless you lose.
Yeah.
He didn't lose, so he's at 270 wrist, but he's at where he was, and he wins. You add 1. You don't go minus 270 and add. So you're saying because he won, he loses 170 on a winner?
I'm not saying that at all.
Right. So you don't go minus 170 on a winner.
No,
he was never minus 270 and never lost.
No,
so
it's not
never minus.
I just said 170.
But it's not. He only won 1. It was 2.7 to win 1. So he can never be up 1.7. He can never be down 1.7.
But what's the units?
1.00. 270 to win 1.
That don't make sense to me.
Minus 270. Risk $270 to win $100. Units plus 2.7 plus 1. You're risking 2.7 to win 1. He only wins 1 on a W.
You know that.
If it's an underdog, then they can win more. If it wasn't an underdog, that was the point. He risked a lot to win less.
You know that scene in The Hangover when all the numbers are flying around Alan's head?
Yeah, that's the bearded guy. Yeah,
That's what that just looked like to me. I didn't understand a word.
We spent 2 minutes trying to explain that to you, and you still don't get it.
Don't get it.
We're going to end the show on that. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We had a little extra fun at the end. This was Last Word Cheetah. Brought to you by Bets TV, per usual. And yes, we will be back 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific tomorrow to wrap up the ACC. Maybe one more NFL team. I'm not sure where Quan's at on his previews, but we do have one more coming either tomorrow or Friday. And we'll talk more fast food.